A client of mine asked me a question yesterday. I'd like to share it with you because I think many people could benefit. It probably bothers many of you out there as well. His chief complaint is that when he's around people, when he's in social situations, when he's around people he's not comfortable with, not his immediate comfort zone, he feels very, very uncomfortable. Despite the fact, when I asked him why, he realized that he's not concerned and doesn't really care what the people around him think. These are not people that he's looking even to impress. These are not people that he cares what they think of him. Nevertheless, he feels anxious. Nevertheless, he feels fear. Nevertheless, he could feel panic. Why? If I don't care what they think of me, if ultimately it makes no difference to me, then why am I struggling? Why do I feel uncomfortable? Great question. And the answer might shock you. Most fear is not driven by somebody from the outside. What we're afraid of is our own minds. We're afraid of what we're going to tell ourselves. If we go in a public situation and we don't act the way we think we should act, we in our own minds are going to beat ourselves up. We in our own minds are going to torment ourselves. At times, and sometimes for some people, many times, we're our worst enemy in our minds. We torment ourselves. So we're not afraid of somebody outside of us. We're afraid of our own mind is going to be unhappy with our performance. If we're going to start torturing ourselves, why did you say that? You should have acted this way. You should have responded differently. You made a bad impression, and so on. So what he's really afraid is not what other people are going to think of him. It's how his own mind is going to judge him, how his own mind is going to treat him based upon his performance. So it's easier for him to stay away from social situations so he doesn't have to contend with his own mind. Many of us in life struggle with a fear, struggle with stress, struggle with anxiety, and it doesn't make sense to us because the circumstance outside really doesn't concern us or make a big difference in our lives. Recognize that the biggest fear that we have, the biggest problem that we usually struggle when it comes to an emotional block of being able to forge ahead is our own mind. They taught us how to walk and talk and brush our teeth, but nobody ever taught us how to manage the supercomputer between our ears, our mind. When you learn how to manage your mind and you're kind to yourself and you make yourself feel good in any circumstance, then you could do what you want to do. You don't have to walk around and live in fear of your own powerful mind. Follow my videos. I look forward. You could visit my website, benjaminhalpern.com, for links and a free webinar to be able to teach you how to manage the supercomputer between your ears and forge ahead towards emotional freedom, which ultimately will lead to you living the life you desire and we both know deserve.